just some cars out there that will make you feel like a millionaire. Just because of how special they are to drive. I don't want to feel like a millionaire bucks when you drive, right? I mean, who wouldn't after all? The problem is, well, luxury cars cost money. Feeling like a millionaire isn't even close to being one. So, if you want to drive around with opulence, you are probably out of luck, or are you? Well, what's up guys? You are watching Infamous Motors Review. I am Jack. So, kindly like, comment, and subscribe. And buckle up, because we have a list of cars that will make you feel like you're carrying a fat stack that is on fast food budget. Are you ready? Well, yeah, because myself, I'm ready. Let's go. I think our list may help you look and feel like a millionaire while only spending a small fraction of the money. And the last two cars on the list will completely blow you away. It is easily one of the best bang of buck vehicles ever built, thanks to the insane amount of depreciation, because who doesn't love apprehend depreciation? Well, it is actually on your budget. But we are going to start this list off with a string, and the reading name is luxury. These guys haven't been around for so long. Brands like you can't compare them with the brands like Mercedes, the Rolls-Royce, but they've proven themselves time and time again. The same brand that made the most famous million mileage cars ever. So, it's Lexus, yes. I know you are thinking, oh Jack, he's gonna start with a Lexus RS 400. I mean, that's the obvious route, but give us a little bit of credit because we are not going down that road. Our first pick on this list is going to be a later model, the Lexus LS 430. You see, the LS 30 is the successor of the original LS 400, the car that gave Lexus its reputation among other luxury brands. And as a successor, the LS 400 had some serious tires feel. Thankfully though, the 430 was designed out of the gate with maximum luxury in mind. A smooth ride, decked out interior, legendary reliability. The exterior is an evolution of the LS 400 design, but the interior is completely brand sparking new with a standard navigation system, voice activated phone, and even some other goodies. Now, I know your average Corolla has Bluetooth and GPS, but the S2001 that we are talking about, plus since it's a Lexus, which is basically a Toyota, it will run forever with minimal maintenance issues. Though, of course, on either way, you'll get a fair share of the electrical issues, you know. Next car on the list is the car that they tell you to run faster than when you see your ex-girlfriend coming when you see it. They call it flatbed queen, but let's not go to that direction because it's a BMW 320i. The model that was produced in the year 2009 and 2010. It was the entry-level model in 2009. There is series range, but that's not to suggest it lack in comparison with its most expensive siblings. Like the old BMWs, the 320i is built around the driving experience and boosts responsive handling and a sensible cockpit layout that makes the driver take a breeze. So, the 320i is available in sedan, in wagon versions. The sedan, they offer superior security, the wagons greater flexibility. Their compact dimensions make them easy to drive and park. But it's not to suggest that they are lacking in cabin comfort. These cars, they have plenty of room for everyone, in the front seats, in the rear seats, with good head and leg room and even elbow space. While BMW is best known for its silky, smooth 6-cylinder engine, the 320i has a 4-cylinder engine inline for that matter. So compared to the 6-cylinder engine, the 320i is a little coarse, I would say. It doesn't have the same punch, but with around 114 kilowatts and 200 Newton per meter on tap, it has sufficient edge for regular town and even highway drive. But again, there are a lot of narratives about the 3 Series and specifically the 320is. So definitely there is a fair share of the problem. For example, the electronic steering rock is one of the trouble areas, mostly in the 2009 model and some in some 2010 models too. So initially, the yellow and red steering rock warning light might come on, and the steering rock can take some time to unlock immediately. Eventually, the rock mechanism may fail completely. That will prevent the car from starting. Remember, the BMW usually recommend the repair involving the steering column, which could be fairly, I would say, costly for that matter. Another problem is the oil leaks, which are very common. The most common reported source is the valve cover gasket, the oil filter housing gasket, the transmission pan, the connector sleeve may also leak too. So there is the N54 engine. The high pressure fuel pump is commonly mentioned problem. The symptoms include long starting, we usually mechanically we call it long crank. There's reduced engine power. There's service engine soon right. But however, there was a recall in 2010, and according to some sources online, you can Google, the warrant has been extended. So yeah. So there was with the recall means maybe they improved the engine. So the price for this car, remember the cars we are talking about, they are not new cars, they are used cars. So the price of this for a 2009 2010 320i BMW, you'll get it with between the price of 600,000 and maybe 900,000 on the higher end. This car is a Nissan Teana. It is one of the most elegant and stylish Japanese automobiles in the market. The vehicle was known as Nissan Altima in US and made excellent sales. It is a fast, enjoyable car to drive with speeds even above 150 km per hour, and it feels reassuringly stable and balanced on the road. But again, Nissan, you know the problems with Nissan. So definitely when we talk about a Nissan Teana, we have to look at the problems associated with the Nissan Teana, though there are not so many. So even though Nissan produced good cars, Nissan's cars are cheap because of the reliability, and you all know that. If you take a look at several unreliable, you'll realize that they have a problem with the transmission or either with the engine. So Nissan's transmission problem started when Nissan decided to introduce the CVT transmission to the lineup, because CVTs are cheap. They are cheap. I mean, they are cheap to implement. They are more fuel efficient. But however, CVT transmission are loud. They are slow. They are noisy. They are responsive. So since CVT transmissions did not have sufficient cooling system, when they were first implemented on Nissan, it led to a lot of unreliable issues. Hence, the low resale values for Nissan. However, Nissan has been doing a good job as the problem seems to be solved in the last models with the CVT transmission. The price range for this car, we are talking about price range of around 1.2 for a 2014 model, and if you are looking maybe for a 2012 model, a KCS, KCZ, you can get it with talk of even 600,000-700,000. So when you are talking about the cars that will make you look like a millionaire, but you are not, you are just spending a small fraction of your money, I think this is one of the best shots. It's one of the best cars, because imagine with a 700,000 you have a big machine, a very luxurious machine with a very small fraction of your money. But remember again, another reason for its low resale value, it's a 2.5 V6 engine. So again, it's a gasoline. That's the engine. So if you are buying that car, remember it will dent your pocket too. Again, it's a Nissan, but this time a Nissan Fuga. The Nissan Fuga is also a Japanese luxury saloon that has been in production for 2 generations, since the first generation was between 2004 to 2009. And this first generation was known as Y50 series, that it was produced between 2004 and 2009, I mean. Then there was the second generation that was produced or has been produced since 2009 to the present time, which is known as Y51 series. So when we look at Nissan Fuga like the 2012 model, it comes with 3 engine option. There's the 2.5 liter, the engine known as VQ25HR engine. There's the 3.7 liter known as VQ37VHR again, and there's the 3.5 liter VQ35HR. This one 3.5 is a hybrid engine. So all these, they are linked to a 7-speed automatic transmission, which are available both in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. And when it's a 2-wheel drive, it's a Nissan, so it's a front-wheel drive. So talk of legroom and space. Remember, for luxury cars, you have to consider the space inside your car, not only the outside looks. So the Fuga, it has a luxurious and spacious interior with enough room to even recline. Though the interior lacks the premium feel of a high-end car, it's sufficient luxury and it consummates the price of the car. And at first row, that's the front seats. Both seats have good legroom and can comfortably accommodate to even tall people. The passenger seat comes with a, I would say, Ottoman leg or rest that adds a touch of luxury too. And at the second row, the legroom is great for the outer seat, but middle seat is cramped because of the transmission tunnel, of course. So the major problems are the interior accessories problem. Like example may be like the door lock manufacturing, the dashboard melting or even fading. There's the factory radio coming out, among others. So transmission problem get the second ranking since it's at the end of the day it's a Nissan, so it will have transmission problem, and even at sometimes or at some point it will have engine problem. So if you consider owning a Nissan Fuga, then you need to pay more attention to these areas. We come to our last car. And as I have told you when we are starting this video, it's a car that will wow you. It has the looks, it has the class, it has the name. So it's a Mercedes Benz C180, I mean. Maybe we can talk of the year 2006 to around 2008. Drive a Mercedes C-Class and you will certainly get noticed. These sophisticated German cars, they are definitely one of the nicest cars on which you can travel on, with well-decorated interiors which will let you to sink into comfort and those long distances. And when you are embarking on those big trips, you'll also enjoy the well-weighted suspension. They are also surprisingly cost-effective runners too, especially when compared to the likes of BMWs and other high-end motors. But there are a number of common faults that appear across the range of these 180s. And the number one fault, we can talk of active driving sensors. This clever system, it's made to help you when you're cruising. It helps you to get most out of the Mercedes when on the road, but it can work against you when it comes down to vibration when you drive. So one of the most common reported faults with the C-Class is the faults within the active driving sensor, which mostly manifests as a vibration that impacts your driving stability. Once the problem occurs, all the sensors will need to be replaced, and your guess is as right as mine that changing all the sensors is not that cheap, I would say. The next problem is engine failure. There is already reported problem with C-Class Mercedes vehicles produced in the year 2007 specifically. The electric connection in the engine often have trouble working with the crankshaft sensors, which can lead to the car simply shut down and stop working. So in order to rectify this problem, you might need the car to be taken to the mechanic, as the engine will need to be completely reset to work on the electronics of the car and the computer. The last one is the air hoses. If there's one reason why you need your Mercedes C-Class to have a regular service, then call it the air hoses. With many 2007, 2008 suffering repeated problems with this part, The telltale signs for this, you need to keep an eye on the reduced amount of power from the accelerator, or sometimes the engine will shut down altogether. And the main culprits for this, for the air hoses, is the air hoses maybe could be cracked, it could be frayed or even split. But anyway, hoping you enjoying the video so far. Hit the like button below on the YouTube algorithm, because there's a bunch of cars that will make you feel like a millionaire. If not, there really no hope for you. So let us know, what there cars that you missed out, or which one was your favorite, or were you surprised about any discoveries made? Maybe you were surprised about the Mercedes C-Class. Let us know on the comment section below, and everyone have a luxurious day as you look for your cheap luxury car. Thank you. See you next time.